YouTube just released a new metric that you can view in YouTube Studio called unique reach, and it could have some pretty big benefits for businesses on the platform as well as for brand deals. I've already had a few clients reach out to me asking about it, so I figured I'd just put together a really quick video that goes over exactly what this metric is and then how you can use it. So just starting out with what the metric is, I'm just going to add unique viewers here because it just kind of helps with the explanation, and then also will eliminate some confusion between what makes these two different. So starting out with just views, that's just counting any time your video is viewed. So that could just be a case where someone's just a big fan of your content and they watch your video like 3 or 4 times. Each one of those times is going to be counted as a view. Now going to the other end of things, unique viewers, that's just essentially the unique people that are watching your video. That case of the person that watched your video 3 or 4 times, that's going to count now just as one unique viewer, not 3 or 4. And they essentially just do this through looking at the amount of unique accounts that are viewing that video in particular. So you can see that unique reach is a number that kind of falls between unique viewers and views. So what they're doing here is they're actually trying to tap into something from the world of TV. So Netflix, say, releases a new season of Stranger Things. They want to show that's really popular, and they release the viewership data for that first episode of Stranger Things. Now that number tries to account for the amount of individuals that ultimately ended up watching that first episode. And that differs from the amount of individual accounts. In the case of TV, you could have, 3 or 4 people potentially watching on one TV in a living room. So that's what YouTube's trying to do, is they're trying to account for the cases where you might have multiple people watching on one singular device. So that shouldn't count as one view, that should count as multiple. Now, inherently, this is just going to be an estimate. It's essentially just a model that's built to try to estimate this number, and they compare it to other models within the industry. So do take that with a grain of salt. It's not going to be like 100% accurate number, but it still has a benefit for both businesses and brand deals. So essentially what this is doing is it's trying to give you the most accurate number for the amount of individual people that ultimately viewed your video. And where that's going to be beneficial is for calculating conversion rate. So that should ultimately give you a more accurate conversion rate. In the case of brand deals, it's going to look a little more favorable than if you're just calculating the conversion rate based off of views. So when it comes to the case of negotiating brand deals, that could be beneficial because you're going to be able to demonstrate that your content, when you have a sponsor integration, it converts better. For the case of businesses, a better conversion rate is going to give you better information with regards to if your lead magnet or offer, or whatever you're plugging in your video, is performing well. And that allows you to determine, should you still be using that lead magnet or offer, whatever you're plugging, or should you instead be scrapping it and maybe doubling down on another one that has more promising data? That can provide huge results for businesses, but it's far from the only thing that they can focus on optimizing to. In some cases, 4 to 10x their revenue. Optimizing these things can really help businesses on YouTube increase their revenue, but it's far from the only thing you can actually do to help increase your revenue. We've actually had some clients 4x their revenue with some pretty simple changes to their channel, and you can learn all about how to do that in this video here. Otherwise, I hope you found this video helpful and you now know what unique reach is and how you can use it. And I'd really appreciate it if you can like and subscribe, as it just helps this channel grow.